12 is fourth, and Mario Andretti in car number 1 is fifth. Here's Roger McCluskey now. Roger, congratulations. A very sporting gesture on your part. How was it out there?
It's pretty slick. Pretty gnarly, Chris.
Think you'd have held on to win if you hadn't turned over to A.J.?
Well, you never know. You know, we were running fast enough to get to the front, so I think Dan must be having some trouble because I don't think I would have caught him otherwise.
And here's A.J. Foyt back in the pits. What's the matter, Roger?
Well, it looks as though the right fuel cap wasn't closed properly, and the fuel was probably coming out in his face.
Oh, it's a tough break for A.J. Foyt. He's only getting a percentage of the points this car wins, and this puts him even further back. And it looks like Mario Andretti has the luck here at Riverside today. So now the leader in car number 48, Dan Gurney, and that Gurney Westlake engined Eagle of his own design, setting up brisk pace in this 300-mile contest. An exciting race. In addition to John Clark and Al Miller, others out of the race so far include John Surtees, the Briton, whose Lola went out with magneto trouble, and Lothar Mochenbacher, whose Chevrolet car out-qualified all the Alpes, went out with clutch trouble. And here's Gurney coming to the pits now for his refueling stop. And all eyes are on this pit crew.
Of course, this would make a big difference in whether or not he's able to get out in front of Mario or not, depending on whether he gets a fast pit stop.
Here comes Bobby Unser, about to take the lead unless Gurney beats him to the track. Unser crosses the line, and Gurney's still in the pits. So we have a new leader.
You'll notice car number 12 right in front of him. That additional time that A.J. lost in the pits has cost him a lot of ground.
And here's Gurney, burning rubber, getting back on the racetrack in second position. But remember, Unser hasn't stopped at the pits yet for fueling, and there's no way you can get through 300 miles without stopping for gas. So Dan Gurney back on the track in car 48 in second position now. Bobby Unser, the new leader of this 300-miler. And here's Unser in the pits now for his turn to fuel up. Judd Phillips and the Rislone pit crew on the Bob Wilkie-owned car doing fine work as usual. Gurney flashes back into the lead, and things are as they were. What an automobile race.
It's certainly been exciting to this point. Now it depends on whether or not Mario can get around to get into second place before Bobby Unser gets out on the racetrack again.
And here's a signal for Mario Andretti. He's down 30 seconds on Dan Gurney.
And here's Bobby back to the track.
We'll be back with more action from this national championship race after this message. Coming off turn 9, Dan Gurney comes up behind George Ballmer, Jim Clark's teammate. Ballmer's doing very well since his early race spin out and has gained several positions. Gurney's only averaging 108.33 miles an hour, some 9 miles an hour slower than his qualifying speed. Roger, why is the race that slow?
Well, first of all, of course, I've made a couple of pit stops, which certainly take a lot of time. And then, too, with a full load of fuel, the cars would be running considerably slower than they might be.
Then, too, there's some oil on the track. Whoops, there's Joe Leonard into the turn 6 wall. And the yellow flag comes out. Behind Gurney now is Mario Andretti in car number 1 and Bobby Unser in car number 6. So the first serious accident of the race involves Joe Leonard, a former motorcycle champion. And his Bell's Ford Mongoose number 20, a rear-engine Ford, is in sorry shape against the wall there. Gurney slows down. He's just put a lap on Lloyd Ruby, and right behind there is Jerry Grant. Well, normally in road racing, the yellow flag prevails only at the point of the accident. But because of the serious nature of this accident and the service vehicles, the yellow flag appears all the way around, meaning no passing at all. So, while the track is being cleared, let's go now back to Vienna, Austria, and Jim McKay. The green flag comes out at Riverside, California. This is Chrissy Kanamaki with Roger Ward in the National Championship Indianapolis car race, which will decide the national championship. And Dan Gurney in car number 48 leads with Mario Andretti with a title in his eyes in second place in car number 1. Third place belongs to Bobby Unser in car number 6. And fourth. 1 lap behind is now Lloyd Ruby in car 25. And A.J. Foyt driving his second car. The ex-Roger McCluskey machine is fifth. That's number 12. And here's Gurney flashing across the start-finish line, ticking off another lap of the 2.6-mile road circuit, but his car is slowing down, and Lloyd Ruby unlaps himself. Gurney is in trouble. A driver who has been plagued with bad racing luck throughout most of his career now is struck again by bad luck. And Andretti gains, too, as he closes to the front. Car after car now going by Gurney, and the pit crew, Wayne Leary and Richie Ginther, wonder, where is Dan? It doesn't look like it's too bad, does it, Roger? He's running fairly fast.
No, down the back straightaway, he's maintained pretty good speed, so I suspect the trouble isn't too serious.
There's A.J. Foyt going by the number 12 car, and Gurney obviously headed for the pits. What an automobile race this one has been. Had all the ingredients of a Hollywood scriptwriter's super spectacular. Now here's Gurney coming to the pits now, number 48. The crew is waiting for him. He's signaling over his head. Apparently it's a tire.
Yes, I would say his right rear tire has gone flat, and the crew gets to work on it.
Oh boy, and now Mario Andretti in car number 1 heads for that number 1 position. And right behind him is Bobby Unser in car number 6. A fantastic automobile race this has been. Gurney smoking those rear tires back into the race. He's in 3rd place now. Andretti is the new leader. Unser is 2nd, and Gurney is 3rd, a good ways back. And there's Jerry Grant out of the race, standing by the side of the road, number 78. Tough break for Jerry, was running with the leaders. Here's Bobby Unser, the 2nd place driver now in car number 6, and it's a tight battle for the number 1 position. Gurney starts to pour the coal to number 48.
Actually, Chris, that was a very long pit stop. He was in the pits almost a minute, or perhaps even a little longer, so he has dropped way back, and he's got a long way to go.
And the stopwatches and the looks on the faces of the Gurney crew reflect the disappointment. Jim McGee, Mario Andretti's crewman, flashing the signal to him that Bobby Unser in car number 6 is only 3 seconds behind. And Mario Andretti now is out in front, and this will win for him the 1967 National Championship, making it 3 straight for the little Italian driver from Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Gurney is really moving out there. Everyone is watching it and clocking Dan Gurney in the number 48 Olsenite Eagle. He's really pouring the coal on and knocking a couple of seconds a lap off the leaders. Here he's getting the signal from Bill Fowler. Before the race, we had a chance to talk to Dan about the engine in the car. What's different about the power plant, Dan?
Well, it's a single cam pushrod engine, just like an ordinary street engine. We do have fuel injection. We are using the same sort of bottom end, that is crankshaft and oil pumps and so forth, as the 4-cam Indy Ford engine. A lot of the parts are interchangeable with their standard 302 engine, like they use in the Fairlane, Mustang, Cougar, and so forth.
Where does it have its advantages on the course?
It seems to be a very, very lively engine. It's not pulling tremendous maximum horsepower, but it seems to accelerate very well.
And accelerate he's doing right now. He's a poor 3rd behind Mario Andretti and Bobby Unser, but really moving, going faster than they are, considerably faster, about 2 seconds a lap. All eyes are on the lanky driver from Costa Mesa, California. He has a big following here.